Fed Chair Jerome Powell signaled possible interest rate cuts this fall. How could that impact your plumbing business? We're going to get into it. You're going to like this one, so stick around for a little bit. So, guys, hopefully, interest rate cuts will stimulate the market. And I know that it's been kind of slow because I deal with all you guys since roughly the first quarter of 2024. And so a lot of plumbers around the country right now are not having as much work. It seems to have just kind of gone that direction, even having to compete with people that aren't even licensed in the marketplace sometimes, some guys that I speak to. Around 2024, we started having the end of the COVID money. The interest rates went up. People weren't buying as many homes or working on their existing home like a lot of people had done. And so you kind of felt the impact of it right then. I've been in business, I'm 52, since I could push a lawnmower, and I've watched the ebb and flow of economic change. I watched Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful too. His take on it is that the economic system's so broke and messed up that lower prime rate may not trickle down to the 30-year mortgage. So maybe it's going to affect it and maybe it's not. And guys, I'm a marketing guy. So what did I do in 2024 when stuff kind of rippled a little bit and changed? I market even more. And I'm serious about this aspect of it. I'm not the kind of guy, I don't listen, I try to watch macroeconomic stuff, but you'd have to be like dug clean into it to kind of see what's going to happen. And all we get is a bunch of rhetoric BS from either news or somebody guy's TikTok channel trying to invoke fear so you'll do what they want you to do or buy into their Substack or whatever the hell they're doing. But my point is this: if you market like crazy, you're better off when it's worse. You're better off when it's better if you get found. So I learned this a long time ago, and every time things look like it might go down, what did I do? I doubled down on marketing. If you look into any market and you type up plumbers in that market, you'll see the top guys at the top of Google. I think there's still 91% of search at Google. We do have people using ChatGPT, Grok, Perplexity, and other AI search, which we optimize for too. But you don't know what's going to happen and you can't tell, but you can market. When you're busy, you need to market. People quit marketing when times are good, and then when times go bad, then you wonder what happened. Well, you're not up in ranking, and then it got really bad. And so, yeah, obviously I want it to be a good economy. I want it to be great for plumbers. I want it to be great for my business or purchasing, a ribeye at Costco. I want everything to be great, but I'm the type that'll always future trip something negative that might happen and expect the best. But I preemptively go after stuff, and especially when it comes to marketing. That's how I got DataPins. We worried about the quality of content 8 years ago, and now for 7 years I've had this fabulous tool that helps my clients signal that they did work so they can show up higher in rankings. But I did that because I knew that the quality of content was bad and there might be change there, and there was. So anyway, if you're not gonna market, you're gonna be a victim to the ebbs and flows of the economy and whatever's going on out there. I don't like being that way. I'll just market harder. I see people, and I have grown myself almost through every economic turn down because I marketed harder. You can literally go up in business. If you're off by 50%, I promise you could have offset that by marketing and showing up higher in rankings. DataPins lets you signal every job, where it was, what you did, increasing keywords, showing up higher on Google or ChatGPT now, that sort of thing. Guys, if you're not marketing and you're not being proactive, you're going to wish you had been. And I want to say this: when it gets really busy, I don't stop marketing. I will tell you that I've done this for years. You know what most contractors do when it gets busy? They quit marketing. They quit sending signals. They stop all that stuff. And so when it gets busy, keep marketing, because it's going to not be busy one day. And if you fall out of rankings when the economy goes down or something else happens, you're going to wish you were up there, and then you're playing catch up. I will tell you too that 99% of plumbers don't do this properly, don't continue and continue and continue. The guys that never quit are up in rankings. You wonder how they're up there. They're up there because they've been going at it, stopping less than other people for years. And you can get up there and get some activity pretty quickly, and then you can continue to raise. And once you're up there, you never stop fighting and signaling because you want to stay up there. The minute you stop signaling and stop working on your marketing is the minute that it begins to diminish, and somebody that's trying gets up there. So regardless of whether this administration is going to print $6 trillion like the last one did and cause inflation, or if interest rates are going to be higher or low, the Fed does this or the Fed does that, you really can't affect any of that. I can't affect it. I can look and try to guess what's going to happen, pretty uneducated guess, but I can affect my own business and I can brand like crazy. We help plumbers do that. Our job is to champion a plumber's brand signals so that they deserve to show up at the top of rankings, so they get as many calls as possible. That's what we do for people. That's what you should do for yourself. Your number one job for your company ought to be to make sure that its brand is seen so that you deserve to show up in rankings, and then to not ever stop that because you realize the importance of it. If I had to help anybody, that's the number one thing I'd try to drill into someone's head, is to not stop. And then, yeah, the economy will come and it'll go, and you'll be dominant in marketing and you'll do better. Love to hear from you. Call us when you're ready.